Hey, this is Adrian, and in this video I want to go through 8 steps to help you increase your productivity. Now, often when you mention the word productivity, people associate that with having to work more hours to become more productive. And in some ways that kind of makes sense, right? If you're at work, if you work more hours, you can do more work, so you increase your productivity. But that's what this is not about. This is about you being as productive as you can in the hours that you're actually at work. I don't want you to have to work more hours because I want you to have plenty of time, plenty of energy for the life part of your life, the outside of work part. Now, for a lot of people, we go to work so we can earn money, so we can go then and enjoy that life part of work, right? So if we end up having to work more hours to become more productive, it's going to take away from that life part. We're not going to have the time, and we're probably not going to have the energy to then go and enjoy that life part and the things that we love to do. So what I want you to be able to do is to take these 8 steps that we're going to go through and start using them from today to help increase your energy levels, to keep you increase your self-care. And this is what this is all about, is self-care. So you look after yourself so that you're as productive in the time you're at work as possible. So you're getting the best results possible, but without having to spend more time being there. Okay, so let's go straight into step number 1. And you'd be surprised at how simple these steps are. So the first thing we look at doing every morning upon waking, is one of the first things you do, is 1 glass of water. So as soon as you get up in the morning, you put your slippers on, you put your dressing gown on, straight into the kitchen, have your 1 glass of water every single morning. So if you need to flavor that up with a little bit of lime or a little bit of lemon, that's fine. Whatever your favorite piece of fruit or vegetable is, that's fine. But have that 1 glass of water before you reach for the coffee, before you switch the kettle on, before you have your breakfast. Do this straight away. And what this does, it actually sends a signal to your body. One thing, that you need to go to the toilet, which is a good thing because that's going to help you eliminate the toxins that have been drawn out the cells while you've been resting and sleeping overnight. So that's a good thing straight away. We want those toxins out the body. It also sends a signal to your body that you're awake. Get your metabolism going. That's a good thing. We want to burn energy from the first thing in the morning. We want to burn those calories, right? So that's what water does for us. And it's about hydrating. So think about it. Maybe the last thing you had to drink was maybe 9, 10 o'clock the previous evening. Maybe it's 7 o'clock in the morning now. You've gone a long time without having any fluid. But over that time, your body systems have still been functioning. They've still been needing and using fluid to keep going. So it's obvious that we need to replace those, right? Because hopefully you wouldn't go from 10 in the morning to 7 at night without drinking. So it's important that we just put that fluid back in and we start hydrating the body up first thing in the morning. And it's a really simple thing to do, but it gets everything going, gets the body going, wakes us up. And then you can have your coffee if that's what you like after, but get that glass of water in first. Step number 2 is 3 servings of fruit over the course of a day. So how are you going to do this? Well, again, it's really simple. So maybe in the morning, you're a cereal person when you have your breakfast. Well, have some fruit on your cereal. So maybe think about slicing up a banana, putting some berries on top of the fruit, or maybe having a slice of melon or pineapple on the side, so you still have your cereal and you have your melon and your pineapple at the same time, just on the side. And fruit makes really good, healthy snacks. I think mid-morning, mid-afternoon snack. They're easy, they're convenient for you to carry around. Think an apple. It's quite hard to sort of brew, so it goes well into your bags. Think about bananas. They're easy fruit to carry. They're already pre-packaged, but they're healthy, they're good for us. And what fruit does is it provides you with essential nutrients. Now, they're called essential nutrients because we need them. They're essential for our life, for our health. So think about when you have fruit, you get fiber in, which is good, and it helps you to go to the toilet. That's a good thing. So again, that's going to help us eliminate toxins from the body, keeps us regular, gives you vitamins, minerals that the body needs on a consistent basis, phytonutrients, phytochemicals. And we need these all the time, and they're called essential nutrients because they're essential for our health, our life. They're essential to keep us being able to function at the most optimum that we can over the course of a day. So think about your fruit over the course of the day. The next one, which obviously ties in really well with your fruit, is your 4 servings of vegetables over the course of a day as well. And again, how are you going to do this? Well, vegetables, like fruit, make really good healthy snacks. So you can slice up things like cucumber, peppers, carrots. They go well. You can put them in a container, take them with you when you go to work. And that's your mid-morning, your mid-afternoon snack sorted between those two. And think about lunchtime. What do you have with your lunch? Maybe it's a salad. So that's where you're going to get your vegetables in, your spinach, your cucumber, your pepper, your tomatoes, your beetroot, all of those wonderful things that we like. Lots of calories, good. Maybe it's a sandwich you have at lunch, or maybe stick a bit of salad in as well. But in the evening, that's where a lot of people are going to consume their vegetables, right? So think about a third of your dinner plate should be vegetables. So it's easy then for you to consume 2 servings of vegetables at dinner. And this is really the minimum amount that we should be aiming for. That's 7 over the course of a day between the fruit and the vegetables. This is about putting nutrients into your body, but drip feeding them over the course of the day. And it's the same. So we're making sure we're getting those essential nutrients in. So think about your vitamins, your minerals, your fiber, your phytonutrients. This is where these 2 come in, and they tie really closely hand in hand. Good thing about vegetables as well is they're generally really low in calories. So they're not high in terms of sugar and fat, definitely not, but they're low in calories as well. So that means you're not consuming those high calorie foods, but they're quite nutrient dense. So when they're full of fiber, it actually keeps you fuller for longer. So you consume less food, less calories. Good thing, right? Especially if weight loss is one of the goals that you're after. Next step, step number 4. 8 glasses of water consumed throughout the course of the day. First thing in the morning, you've already done 1, right? Upon waking, you've done that first one. So then it's just a case of just keep sipping water throughout the day and just doing your normal activities. So let's say, for example, you do the school run in the morning, you go straight shopping after that. Have a bottle of water with you. So you just take it as you're going around your business. If you're at a desk all day, just keep sipping it through the course of the day. As soon as it's empty, fill it back up. And remember, it's just about consistent sipping. So we're not trying to get the 1 glass of water in the morning and then 7 in the evening because we've forgotten, right? We're trying to consistently drink over the course of the day. Think about keeping your energy levels up over the course of the day. And it's about those right nutrients that you're putting into your body over the course of the time that you're up to keep your energy levels up so you can function at the best that you possibly can. This is what this is about. Think of this as self-care. This is not only about feeling better, but it's about increasing your happiness. And this is where these 8 steps are going to come in. It's about you feeling more confident in yourself. And when you put good things into your body, you feel good because you know you're taking care of yourself. And because you know you're taking care of yourself, you project it on the outside. What you put in on the inside is going to be projected on the outside. So put good things into the body. Now, if you want to learn more about these 4 steps, you can go to my website, so goodgrowthvibes.com, and you can sign up and you can do this for free. This is your 4 daily dietary habits. You can learn a little bit more about why each step is important, but I've covered it really briefly for you. But you can sign up and do that for free. And if you're thirsty right now, stop the video, get a glass of water. If you haven't eaten for a while, maybe grab a slice of fruit or a bit of vegetables, and then come back and let's do the next 4. Ready? Let's go to number 5. Exercise. We've got to move our body. It's something that unfortunately people don't tend to do enough. So we need to exercise. And exercise is about finding that form of exercise that you really enjoy. Because if you enjoy it, you're much more likely to keep doing it and repeating on a consistent basis. And that's what it is all about with exercise. So I want you to think about this for a moment. So if you're someone that has, say, a keen sense of adventure, then maybe the type of exercise that you should be looking at is ones that are focused more on the outside of things. So being outdoors. So it might be that you want to walk, run, hike, kayak, swim, cycle. But the activities that may really get you going are ones that involve being outside, being in nature, being outside in that environment and all those weathers. And that's what some people love. So if that's you, maybe that's where you need to spend your time focusing on outdoor activities. And that could include, playing with other people, tennis, basketball, netball, football, rugby, whatever it is you like to do. But it might be that outside is where you need to be because you have that sense of adventure. You need to be in nature, or you just need to feel the wind and the sun and the rain on your face because it makes you feel alive. But if that's you, then seek things that you really enjoy that are outside. If you're someone that likes social interaction, group activities, then think about exercising in group environments. So think about going to the gym and doing class workouts where you're surrounded by other people if you need that for yourself to keep you motivated. Maybe it might be join a running club or a hiking group or an outdoor swimming group. So you can do that outdoor activity with that social interaction as well. So think about the type of person you are and where you fit in. It might be that you do a bit of both. So you love being outside when it comes to running or walking or cycling, but actually you really enjoy the group environment of exercise inside, that push from having that instructor and that motivation by having other people around you. If you're new to exercise, maybe plan to exercise every other day for the first month to get used to it. So maybe you exercise Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. And then at the weekend, you just do your normal activities. But base your exercise and activities in things that align with the person that you are. So always choose to be enjoyable and to enjoy what you're doing. So choose things that you really love that gets you going, because you're much more likely to keep going with it. So if you're new to exercise, 30 minutes a day is plenty. And to break that down, you could do 3 10-minute walks, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the early evening, or 2 15-minute walks. And that might be enough for you initially. And then as you become fitter and a little bit stronger, then you can just increase that time and increase that duration. So start with where you're at. So I'd never say to someone, if you're new to exercise, go out and do it 7 days a week. It's too much. Just increase a little bit into your lifestyle, but be busy on your lifestyle as well, so we're still active with other things that we're doing. So exercise is really important for us. Step number 6 is rest and sleep. So this is obviously incredibly important that we get enough sleep. It helps to keep you more alert during the day, which is more efficient in the time you're there, more productive. Okay, remember, you're less likely to make mistakes, so you're more productive in the time because you're not having to go back and correct things. You go to bed at the end of the day feeling accomplished because you've had the energy to do what it is you've wanted to do. So not only the energy to do the work part of your life, but also to do the life part of your life, right? Because you've got the energy. So it's important that we get around about 7 hours of sleep a night. That is where everybody, the science seems to think we want to be. And that's what we need to be looking at, getting that 7 hours of sleep. So you need to have a good pattern for going to bed. Make sure you're going to bed at consistent times every night. You're not using your mobile phone within an hour of going to sleep. So it's important to put your smartphones, your devices off to the side. Set your alarm and then place them off to the side. So if it's 9 o'clock at night, switch them off. Set the alarm for the next morning, 7 o'clock. Go to bed at 10. So it's out the way for an hour, because we know all of those things can heighten us and wake us all back up. So sleep has been shown, or good 7 hours sleep, think about boosting your immune system. You have more energy to enjoy the things that you need to do that keep you busy over the course of the day. But sleep has also been shown to help us improve our learning, improve our attention as well. But lack of sleep has been associated with an increased risk of diseases such as kidney disease, heart disease, increased risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, and also strokes. So that's why getting enough sleep is so important. Listen to your body. If you have poor sleep patterns at the moment, start changing that from today, from tonight. I love sometimes just being in bed at 9 o'clock at night. Don't necessarily have to go to sleep and switch off, but sometimes I just sit in bed. I might watch TV for a little bit, and I might read a book for a little bit, but then I'm ready to switch off. So I've had a bit more downtime before I switch off, before I get up in the morning. And I am one of these people, I do like to exercise in the morning, and some mornings I'll get up before 6 to get out so I can make sure I can exercise when it's quiet outside. So that's why getting enough sleep is really important. And sometimes if you know you're getting up early the next day to exercise, make sure you're going to bed early. If you've got a busy day at work the next day, or you've got an important presentation or meeting and it's first thing in the morning, get enough sleep so that you're ready for whatever that day has, the next day has. Posture. Now this is about how we move and how we can change our posture. So if your job and if your lifestyle is quite sedentary where you are sat down a lot, every now and then to increase our productivity, what do we need to do? We need to change our posture. Sitting like this at a desk all day is not good for us. What do you see when you see sportsmen, let's say football, when they score a goal? Olympic athletes, when they win their race, what do? They immediately change their posture. Their arms go in the air, they look up. It's a positive posture change. So any time over the course of the day, especially if you've been sat down for a lot, driving a lot, or sat at a computer a lot, change your posture. Get up, move about, walk about. That's your exercise, remember? But change your posture. Arms in the air, head up, raise your chest. Think about lifting your heart towards the heavens. Raise those arms in the air so you change that posture. This is a really powerful, successful posture. If we're like this all day, it's a really negative posture. It looks like we're shuffling around, that we don't know where we're going in life. It doesn't look like we know where we're going. And you only need to people watch sometimes when you see people who seem to just be shuffling around sometimes. Chest up, head up, Look where you're going, change your posture by moving your body, raise those arms in the air, head up, lift your heart forward, and change that posture position, move your body. It's so important that we look after our whole body. And the final step, step number 8, is plan your day, your week in advance. So if you know what your week is, what your day is, you know what you've got to do each day, right? So you can plan the food that you're going to eat over the course of the day. You can prep ahead. You can plan the type of exercise you want to do for the week ahead. If you're planning on doing certain classes, you know what day they are, what time they are. You stick those into your schedule and you stick to it. You plan when you're going to go and do your walk, your hike, your run. You can plan, right, what time do I need to go to bed at night? What time do I want to get up in the morning? Because you may need to exercise or you may have to get up to work a little bit earlier. So you can plan all these things. But actually what a lot of people do is they leave their day and their week to chance. Then things happen, they get in their way. And all of a sudden we haven't done the exercise. We've been really poor on our sleep. And actually, do you know, we haven't looked after ourselves because we haven't done any prep for our food. So we've had to grab food on the go. And often when we do this, we know that we can grab the wrong type of foods, the high fat, the high sugar foods. So it's really important that we spend a bit of time. And actually, initially when you do this, it can take a little bit of time to plan your week ahead. But you start with the essential things that you need to do every single day. So we need to get up, we need to go to bed. So you put your morning and your evening time, your bedtime, and when you wake up in the morning, put those in first. Then you plan those other essential items that you need to do. It might be that you have to do the school run. It might be that you do the pickup. Slot those in to the times you normally do over the course of the day. Then we need to plan in food. When are we going to eat, right? So we've got to plan that in as well. When do you have breakfast? When do you have dinner? When's your lunch? Put that in. Then you start feeding in the other activities that you need to do. When are you going to exercise? Plan that in. The type of exercise you're going to do, the duration of exercise that you're going to do. So that slots in. If it's only 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes. If it's an hour, you need to plan a little bit longer. Do you need to drive to the gym? Is that another 15 minutes each way? Put that into your schedule as well. So you start planning, you start building a template that you can work from. Then it's adding the work side of things, the jobs that you need to get done, the hours that you're going to be spending at work. And then you can break those down into the tasks and the activities that you need to do. But plan them in to 45-minute to an hour schedules. And then every 45 minutes to an hour, you change your posture. You get up, you move, you lift your chest, you open your arms, you get a glass of water in, you have one of your snacks, but you do that for an hour. You work solidly for an hour and you've got focus on what it is you do. Then you have a break for 15 minutes. So you can change your posture, you can get some water in, you can get some food in to keep your energy levels up. And this is what this is all about. It's just taking a few moments to plan your week and plan ahead. But you know what happens is when you start doing this and you've got your template, once that initial template's done, you actually find you do it a little bit quicker in the future because you've got your template written down. Then you just figure out what needs to be done. And you also start learning about how long certain tasks take to do. So actually you may find you actually give yourself more time. Remember, this is about you being as productive in the time that you've got. So while you're at work, you're as high productive as you can. So if you plan your work day ahead, you know when you go into work, what it is you've actually got to do in that given moment, in that given time. You're not having to scratch your head and think about it. Plan when you're going to open your emails. Those kind of things, you plan them into your day. So you don't do them first thing in the morning. Maybe you plan them for later on in the day. So the first thing in the morning, you do that high impact activity first, the one that's going to move you forward first. So I really hope you enjoyed this here. If you want to learn more about increasing your productivity levels as well, you can go in again into my website, goodgrowthvibes.com. And there's a whole course on increasing your productivities where I go into planning as well, on how you can actually plan your day in advance. But these steps are so important. Remember, this is about self-care. All of this ties in really closely together with self-care. Put the right nutrients into your body over the course of the day. Learn to move your body. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure you change your posture on a consistent basis. And make sure you're planning your day, because if you don't plan your day, somebody else will, and they'll be planning your day for you around their agenda, not the things that necessarily you want to do or you need to do to move your life forward. That's why this is so important. So take these 8 steps and start using them today. If you haven't had a glass of water for a while, do that right now. If you haven't eaten for a while, do that right now. If you haven't exercised today, think about moving. You do all of those things right now. And what time are you going to go to bed tonight? If you've got an early day the next day, get to bed a little bit early. Get that rest in. Get that recovery in. It's where your body recovers, right? And we need to switch off the brain. It's been in control of us over the course of the day. It needs its own downtime, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave you there. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you loads of information to help you increase your productivity. Be as productive as you can in the time that you've got, but in having that energy for the life part of your life. Until next time, I'm Adrian. I shall see you soon.